Approaching,
Yeah,
okay.
this is ICE agents just pulling up here. The vehicle is
Lower
right there.
And it happens so fast that it's hard to see what takes place in this particular video. But that is the front angle. And then we have also obtained some video from behind where it happens. But that is the vehicle that belongs to the woman who was killed today. And as Randy said, there were 3 agents in particular surrounding the car. It's unclear why she was parked at an angle in the street or what was happening in the street at that time. We do know that as they approached her vehicle, one agent told her to get out of the car. And then we see the car start to move and then we hear the shot.
So that video you just saw is the one that President Trump also viewed this afternoon as well. And post watching that video, the president did put out a statement. I believe we have that for you. And it reads like this. I have just...
Okay, listen, seriously, when this man will die, let me take out this. When this man will die, people will celebrate. We all remember when Charlie Kirk died. Some people celebrated. You know why some people celebrated? Because Charlie Kirk saw some people as can I say disposable. Charlie Kirk saw some people as not being full human being. Charlie Kirk disparaged a lot of people. When this man will die, people will celebrate. And hopefully when people celebrate, because look at this, I've just viewed the clip of the events which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming was obviously a professional agitator. And the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer, who seems to have shot her in self-defense. So it's always the people who die who were the one at fault when it comes to people supporting Trump. When this man will die, seriously, people will rejoice. If you are now in the United States, to be honest.
The clip of the event which took place in Minneapolis, Minnesota, it is a horrible thing to watch. The woman screaming.
It is horrible.
Who was obviously a professional agitator, and the woman driving the car was very disorderly, obstructing and resisting, who then violently, willfully, and viciously ran over the ICE officer who seems to have shot her.
Seriously, that is not how a leader speaks. A leader says, I still don't have a full report. They have not yet briefed me on the full incident that took place. My people are going down there to make sure there's a thorough investigation. But any life that is lost should be mourned. When I get the full information, I will make a statement. That is a leader. You're showing empathy. You're showing that you are there for the whole country and not only for the people who support you. But Americans, it's your fault. You voted him twice. You voted this man 2 times. And even before you voted this man, we all have listened to Donald Trump before he ventured into politics. Donald Trump is nothing new from what he was. Donald Trump is the man that he has always been. So there is nothing new. And you know the worst part? The people who are working with Trump are the enablers. Because this very statement that Donald Trump has made with his name, President Donald Trump, when the Republicans will be asked to defend this statement, they will say that is not what Donald Trump meant. So everything that Donald Trump says is never what he meant to say. That means he's a madman. Because only a madman say, even a madman, when a madman says something, if a madman says you are mad, that means you are mad. If a madman calls you a fool, that means you are a fool. So what is Donald Trump then when he makes statements and his people say, no, that is not what he said? You people are taking him out of context. What is always the context? Seriously, living in the United States now, even if you are documented or not, is not safe at all. Because at any time,
from our observations, the officer
you can be killed.
appeared to have been on the pavement. He was in front of that bumper at the time, but we never saw from any of our angles him hit the pavement. He goes on to say, is there more of the president's statement, or is this the full context? He goes on to say they are just trying to do a job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this, and these are his words, radical left movement of violence and hate. Again, that.
You see, when he makes statements like this, they are just trying to do the job of making America safe. We need to stand by and protect our law enforcement officers from this radical left movement of violence and hate. When you as a leader makes a statement, so the millions and millions of people did not vote for you, are always radical, and they have and they are violent, and they have hate in their heart. People will try to tell us that what we are reading, what our eyes are seeing, is not what Donald Trump said. That the context is different from what we are reading and what we are seeing. America.
That was President Trump's evaluation as he watched the video earlier.
And then we have the clip of the perspective from behind the vehicle as well that we want to show you. So you've seen the perspective from the front, and
we've seen the perspective from the front. Let's see it now from the back before we can see, before I can actually, it doesn't mean what I'm going to say, because I'm just reacting to what happened in America and the things. There's another video coming up, which you guys will see. That guy was lucky.
And now we're going to show you the perspective from behind, from somebody who had a cell phone out at the scene when all of this. Very quickly, we're going to try to get to a point where we can maybe slow this down and show you some still shots. But as Randy was saying, we see all of the agents standing in the street, nobody on the ground. Again, that is the perspective from behind, and we've watched it several times. So again, that vehicle the woman was in is it's parked in the street. We don't know for how long though, and it was at an angle. And we know that ICE agents then approached that vehicle, and then the vehicle started to take.
I thought they said there was a police. She ran over a policeman. Let's go back. Let's go back and see this.
Kristi Noem also issued a statement today, and I don't know if we can put it up on the screen, but you hear the shots. It veers off into that parked car on the side of the street. Kristi Noem also issued a statement today, and I don't know if we can put it up on the screen, but just want to give you the.
You said she ran over a police officer. Where's the police officer?
Try to get to a point where we can maybe slow this down and show you.
Where is the police officer?
But as Randy was saying, we see all of the agents standing in the street, nobody on the ground. Again, that is the perspective from behind, and we've watched it several times. So again, that vehicle the woman was in is.
Let me see if I can find
in the street. We don't know for how long.
Another angle of this, and let's see if she actually ran over any police officer. Let's just see if we can find another angle.
After you hear the shots, it.
Protesters were already on edge as immigration officers flooded residential neighborhoods and business areas. Then on Wednesday, the crackdown turned deadly after an ICE agent shot and killed a 37-year-old woman.
Wow.
The incident was filmed by those on the scene. Here, ICE officers aggressively approach a maroon SUV blocking the residential street, ordering the woman inside to get out of her vehicle before trying to open the door. She tries to drive away, but another agent opens fire. 3 shots are heard, and the vehicle loses control and crashes.
Where is the police officer that is?
Anger. Shots are heard, and the vehicle loses inside to get out of her vehicle before trying to open the door. She tries to drive away, but another agent opens fire. 3 shots are heard, and the vehicle loses control and crashes. Witnesses react in shock and anger.
Dude, you shot her! I'm trying to help! No!
You know, they pulled the person out onto the snow. There was some difficulty getting the ambulance through due to the number of ICE vehicles. They took the person away and started pushing people off the sidewalks.
The Homeland Security Secretary, an enthusiastic enforcer of the president's immigration raids, accused the woman of an act of domestic terrorism.
What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively
Wow.
shot to protect himself and the people around him.
Minneapolis's Democratic mayor was blunt on his reaction to that assessment.
Wow.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. This was an agent recklessly using power that resulted in somebody dying, getting killed.
What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's government reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life.
This is just the latest confrontation between the federal government and Democratic-led states. The fear is that the fury on the streets could now boil over.
Officials in Minneapolis had warned that this could happen. In fact, they said that President Trump wasn't trying to bring safety to their cities, but was trying.
These people can lie.
Follow the fatal shooting involving an ICE officer in Minneapolis, Minnesota that happened on Wednesday. We're going to break down the latest regarding this investigation and what comes next, specifically because it does involve federal agents. So to do that, we're going to be joined by Lance LaRusso. He is an attorney. But first, Asher Red is joining us live from down in Minneapolis with a full breakdown of what we know so far. Asher.
Well, Carol, the Department of Homeland Security is defending this, saying that he was acting in self-defense, but the governor and the city's mayor aren't buying that story. So immigration agents were conducting targeted operations in South Minneapolis yesterday afternoon when 37-year-old...
It's so easy to lose your life in the United States these days.
When agents told Good to get out of the car, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem says she tried to run them over, and that's when one of the ICE agents shot and killed Good through the window.
The thing with these people, when they lie, is because they know nothing will happen to them. How can this lady said the now deceased woman try to run the ICE agents over when clearly from the video there is no agent in sight? The one who shot her moved away. So if you could move away, then there's no point shooting her. Get her registration number. Shoot the tires even. Do something. But try not to kill him. Do something other than shooting her square in the face. How can you say she tried to run him down when the guy actually moved away? He was not touched. There was no scratch. America is
calling Good a domestic terrorist and accusing her of using her car as a weapon.
Wow.
You know, people need to stop using their vehicles as weapons. This domestic act of terrorism to use your vehicle to try to kill law enforcement officers is going to stop. And I'm asking the Department of Justice to prosecute it as domestic terrorism.
Wow.
But some city officials are calling this murder, saying the ICE agent should be arrested and charged. Within hours of the shooting, hundreds of anti-ICE protesters showed up at the scene, many of them throwing snow and chunks of ice at law enforcement. Mayor Jacob Frey is calling the Trump administration's narrative BS, and he didn't use the acronym.
Having seen the video of myself, I want to tell everybody directly, that is bullshit. To ICE, get the out of Minneapolis. We do not want you here.
This is just devastating for the community. We can't have people getting...
Oh, America is going to take a long time to get over this period of Trump.
And the shooting comes on the heels just days after DHS deployed about 2,000 additional officers in the Minneapolis area.
How can people...
Also was grabbing at the door handle. That seems like it escalated the situation dramatically. Quite possibly this woman very afraid. Like that's why she drove away.
Again, and by the way, a lot of commentary from law enforcement officers saying ICE agents do not have the right to go up and grab at people's cars and order them out of their cars.
Now, obviously, you're supposed to cooperate with what a law enforcement officer says, but she understandably probably panicked in that situation. Why is this masked man coming after me and grabbing at my door handle here? And look, I covered the NYPD for a long time. Rev, I know you obviously have a lot of experience at shootings like this, where it happens really fast. There's really quick reaction to it, and
so this is the officer who shot her. And they are saying that the woman tried to run them over. This is the officer shooting the woman. Where in this video do you see any officer on the floor? Where in this video do you see her smashing any car belonging to the ICE agent? She was blocking them from going through. So all their cars are behind. All their cars are this way. So where is the ICE agent in front of a car that she's trying to block? If she was driving this way, you will say she was driving towards the ICE agent. She is driving away. So when you say she was trying to block or she was trying to run over ICE agent, this is the video. Is there any ICE agent in front of this car? The man, the ICE agent who shot the lady, has already moved out of the way. He has already moved out of the way. So the most these guys can do is take her reg number. They have got cameras, cell phones, take a picture. That's the most these guys can do. Shoot the tires. When she go past, shoot the tires. At this very point, shoot the tires. Stop her from running. Because if she's a terrorist, you need to capture her. She did not go towards the ICE agent. The ICE agent came to her. Wow.
And maybe there are people who will say that first shot was justified. It's hard to suggest that second and third could be, but that because it happened so fast, that's why these officers have training. You do this for months and years, so you make the right decisions.
Let's talk about the training. The training, we've had reports on this. The training has been slashed.
Yep.
You know, I find it so deeply ironic that Pete Hegseth loves going around talking about fat people in the military. Have you looked at the people that they've rushed into ICE? Out of shape, ill-trained, ill-prepared.
Wow, America is a crazy country.
ICE with no training.
If you have a crazy leader, if you have a crazy president, what do you expect? The crazy president is going to make sure that he has crazy people in his cabinet. And these are the things that will be happening.
I've heard other people.
These are the things that will be happening.
Being raised about there's a neighbor who lives.
It's really shame on you guys. Shame on those who are trying to defend all these things that Donald Trump is doing. Shame on the people working for him. Shame on those who will see it but will keep their mouth shut. How can your Homeland Secretary, Secretary Norm, whatever her name is, just lie? Say she was blocking them and she wanted to run them over when she was driving away. Donald Trump said that the ICE agent that she ran over is in hospital. She did not run over any ICE agent. Damn. Bold-faced lie. Joe calls out Secretary Norm for calling Minneapolis woman a domestic terrorist. You just from nowhere just say somebody's a terrorist. She's a terrorist. From nowhere, no investigation. She's a terrorist. She was driving away and now she's a terrorist. Wow. America, 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 America. America. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, people, I got another video to do. Somebody was trying to scam me and maybe you might have fallen into that same scam. I'm going to show you guys what happened. My channel is still fighting. I'm still struggling to build this channel, but somebody was trying to scam me. My next video is going to be that one because you might fall for it someday. I'm still fighting to get to that 100,000 to get a plaque, but I need to be consistent. I need your help. I need your support. And I know I'll get it. I'm out.